Hello, and welcome to Talking Simulator. I'm Cameron, and joining me remotely this week is Corey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So, what do we have
I
on
can't
the...
hear you.
You can't hear me.
Discord.
Okay. Chat mic should be... It seems to be correctly set up and the levels are moving. And now we are dropping frames. Curious. Okay. Why would it suddenly stop working?
There you are.
Oh.
God. Huh.
Joining me remotely is Corey.
Ah.
I spent all last night diagnosing similar problems with my at-home Elgato stream... Not Elgato. My Goxler.
You Xlr.
Yep. My Goxler. I would say it's brand new, but I've had it sitting on my desk for like 4 months.
That's relatively, at a geological timescale.
Yeah.
Totally explainable, How are you supposed to... Like, the Earth hasn't even cooled yet. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's completely unfeasible for me to be expected to set up a new piece of hardware within a year of receiving it. Purchasing it. It's only a couple of $100 sitting inert on my desk.
I mean, I've been here for like a decade and I still haven't unpacked. I might need to move again.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I have been here for longer than a decade, and I actually still don't have anything unpacked. But...
Alright, I've changed both my inputs and my outputs, so hopefully Discord is back to the way it was.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, like, if you control both the input and the output, then perhaps we step into the outer limits.
Please stand by.
Standing by.
Oh, I mean, you can stop standing by. That was just part of
okay.
the outer limits opening.
Right! I have seen the outer limits.
Ah! Yes.
I remember
Yes, have I.
the new series in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, that surfed on, like, kind of the X-Files success. And seeing a multi-part, like... Because it was always kind of... It was serial. Well, not really serialized. It was, disconnected episodes. But every once in a while there was
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, there was a hint of continuity. And I remember one where humans were fighting a war of extermination against an alien empire that we couldn't communicate with at all. And it was just like, every 6 months they would make another one of these episodes where humans were just getting their asses kicked in one way or another. And it was like delightfully crushing.
Good to set expectations.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Eklinar. Will Wheaton was in one of those. He was the one who was tricked into dropping a subatomic bomb on Earth.
That's so Will Wheaton.
Very.
I hear he's a traveler now.
He is. He's very spherical. The Traveler came and took him away. And now he went on to invade a different universe where he is the advocate for the diversity of life. Now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Anywho, we're playing Disco Elysium this week, once again, and we are well on our way to rebuilding communism.
the needle has moved slightly, ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Towards I guess the left. That's
Yes.
the direction we want it to go.
Yeah. Now it is, pinned at the exact center of the political spectrum, 90 degrees to the right, which is, as I understand it, the center of the political spectrum. And it's twitching. It's twitching ever so slightly. We might also be meeting the actual leader of the Hardy Boys. Hopefully. But what is our... Determine where the shot came from. Check the boardwalk, the island, and Land's End. Okay. And make Titus give up Ruby. Okay. We can do all of that. So we need to find... Well, we've been to Land's End, right? And we've gotten Classia's... Well, where Classia's document should have been.
Right.
But we have yet to find any evidence for the bullet. And this is Land's End, right? This would qualify as Land's End?
No, it's where the tower is.
Oh.
Over on the other side.
Okay. Why is sound misbehaving?
That's been happening ever since the last update, where they tried to improve performance.
As somebody who enjoys the video game Destiny, I can relate to the problems of trying to improve performance. In fact, demolishing performance. Oh my god. What are you? I'm just gonna click on things.
Just picks his glasses, you know. She
Yeah.
doesn't need those.
No. +2 to encyclopedia. Mega binoclard glasses.
Hey Kim. Hey Kim, who's the bigger nerd now?
Yeah, I'm Kim. I know things. Like how to do my job.
I drive a fast car and not into the sea.
Honk honk.
Meep, meep. So it's it's back on the ground. And
Okay.
then just to the right, between this boardwalk and the church, is
All right.
the path to Land's End.
Well then, let's go there.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah, that Kuno doesn't like you making fun of Kim. He will call you out for, like, making fun of the man who took a bullet for you.
Yep.
I love the brush strokes in the terrain.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me a lot of Icewind Dale.
Sorry, I'm just gonna click on anything that lights up.
Oh, go off, yeah.
Oh, two at
Is there
once.
something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance you can hear the breakers roar.
I don't see it, officer. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there, in the whirling in rugs. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were, Why? There's no platform up there to aim from. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it?
There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance and the air, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass. A lip.
Those? A smoking assailant who favors Tumutiri to Astra or Joanne? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for all men.
Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast.
Thanks, Inland Empire. Thanks for the retroactive, like, having our back on it.
Yep. Just there for you all the time, whenever you need it.
Okay. So we've eliminated this. That means boardwalk now. But I thought we had been to the boardwalk.
Is it the boardwalk where we found the body, or the boardwalk down by the gun holes?
Oh, by the gun holes? Okay.
Maybe around the Feld building?
Okay.
What's our visual calculus at?
Oh, wrong thing. Visual calculus is at 3.
Breathe, okay.
Maybe we should...
Throw one there and throw one in rhetoric.
Okay.
We can continue more later.
We have so many points, honestly.
Yeah. Good. Hopefully we'll get another one when we finish reading the communism book.
Yes.
At least I hope that one's worth experience.
Wheels on the beach. Where could it have come from? Okay. Oh, what was that? No, gone. Thought is gone. Goodbye. Goodbye forever. What was that?
Equip the either the pry bar or the chain cutters.
Oh, okay.
Tools.
Yes. Just having a look through things. No, give.
I don't know. For a second there, I thought you forgot what a crowbar looked like. Okay.
No, that's reasonable. Should we alter our drip?
Or why?
I don't know. I just feel that we should look cooler.
Okay. Well, just keep the tie and probably froggy hat, and the rest is yours.
All right. Let's see.
Aren't you still playing this last time I showed up?
Yes, it's
Awesome.
a good game.
It's a damn good game.
It is.
I started playing this because of you.
Oh, well, I
Ooh.
hope you enjoy it.
No, I blame you deeply.
God, I love how the Mega Binocular glasses hammer perception.
I think it would balance with froggy hat.
Well,
I mean,
I was
if you
just dropping
think-
off some food. Have fun.
Have
a good
stuff's
one.
cool.
Yeah.
White polo shirt. Ugh. We are so profoundly nerdy. Ooh. +1 half-light. I kind of really enjoy half-light and shivers. There's only so much clothes can do.
I can't remember if the sniper spot's on top of the building, like if you have to get into the building first by following the ruby path.
Right. I mean, yeah, because we don't even have the option to teleport to the roof until we get Titus to give it up, right?
Yeah, or we track her through the drug trade.
Yeah. And for that we would need the Pale Rider, right? Or the Pale Driver?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
But I think, yeah, Titus will give her up.
Okay, well, let us... Where's the teleportation again?
You have to be in certain spots,
Okay,
like right outside the church.
okay.
Maybe it'll work.
Yeah.
It seems to... Yeah, go for it.
It's you again. What is it? Why?
Why? I mean... 6? I don't think Titus is going to really, like... I don't think that any of these are going to endear him to us. We
No.
need his help. We have no leverage on him, right?
Right.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Lovely. That worked out so well.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
I mean... I mean, we could chuck the dice.
Yeah?
Dang it.
Nothing is happening. The pieces are there,
least it's a white check.
but they remain
Yeah.
unconnected. Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together. Still nothing. But that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown.
Oh no.
You're just a cop, taking your time to present a theory. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? No, he needs to say 500 layers and I can't remember the first line. Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. There's a spooky building west of this. Take a flashlight with you. Search the basement. There are secrets, magisterial, ancient secrets that may assist you. You could crack Classia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. Say, 500 liers and I can't remember the first line. No, nothing good will come of it. He did the right thing not saying that the last time. Just do what the nice helpful guy said and don't do the bad things.
I like how logic also, like, sometimes has to take the role of volition here.
Yep.
Logic will, in some limited circumstances, try to keep you from doing
It's
something
that
humiliating.
Unless we have more business, we should.
Alright. Let me get my thinking hat on. We need logic.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It's not a great look.
That's better.
Yeah,
That is so much better.
that is significantly better.
Yes.
Yeah, now that
Now
that is-
we have style.
that is the drip of a man who is about to just absolutely present some kind of
To unlock a white check, you might have to up
yeah.
your logic.
It's already 8. Wow. And then, just for, oh, I guess we have to go outside to smoke. No, wait. He gets to smoke inside.
Yeah. I think it's just the weird bug that I was having where I couldn't interact with those buttons.
Yeah.
Although I think, come on, we've added basically 5 to our logic since the last time you tried the check, and we were already at like a 40.
Yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine. This should be fine. Alright, Titus. Here's the
You
deal.
again. What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
So that's what you were squinting at. You were trying to come up with a theory, weren't you? That she did it.
Yeah, he was cobbling together shit so he could put her away. It's RCM 101.
Well, let old Titus set your mind at ease then. She didn't do it. She was here all night.
Sunday night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out, too. She has a complex operation to run from her lorry. She's a busy girl. Always has been.
This complex operation is probably something illegal.
Just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he's suspected her too. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
How? People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for
Oh,
that matter.
but there is.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I mean, I really do enjoy that Titus is honestly curious. And kind of honest. He's...
Well,
Yeah, I mean... I'm not saying he's a good man, but he does
he's
have...
straightforward.
Yeah. Honesty may have been a bit strong, you know, considering he's been lying to us non-stop
For days.
for, literal days.
Sandbagging us and
Yeah.
being a general nuisance.
But when we did present him with absolutely incontrovertible evidence of something, he...
Somewhat begrudgingly
Yeah.
agreed.
Lied a little less for a little while. Yeah, Alias. He lies to protect his own. He doesn't lie for its own sake. I mean, he lies to us because he doesn't like us as well.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Footprints. Recent.
He looks tough, but there is a nervous twitch in his dark green eye. This is all too close to home for him. The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now.
What else could you make out? How recent? What size? Horizontal? I see they taught you well in your RCM school. My old man, a hunter, and a half-blind one at it, could have said that. Horizontal lines. Good news is, I'm still listening.
He knows they had to be recent for those lines to still read. This wasn't a failure.
I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast, but like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up. 72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the guys.
Yeah, it was the boys in the lab.
Wouldn't
Top
hurt to
men.
have one of those in Martinez. What else have you got? puts her on the roof.
Why would Ruby care about pinball machines?
We don't. No, we don't.
Yeah.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. But...
What does number 4 say?
The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her.
No.
No, we weren't here until after. Is it the jacketed? Or, like, there are guns, we know there are guns stashed around here.
Yep.
Is that the correct, like, play?
We can start there.
Look, fucko. Ruby and I are pretty tight. She would have showed me the gun if she had one. She knows I love guns.
Yeah, everyone knows Glenn loves guns.
Flawless.
I don't know, Glenny. Ruby's a little secretive, isn't she? Wasn't like she told you every little thing.
Look who's finally speaking. Ratty's been uncharacteristically quiet since you started theorizing. Maybe he has something to gain from implicating her.
Two, I think.
She organizes things. She doesn't whack people. That's not the kind of person she is. She's a talker.
It's clear this one is protective of her.
Easy now, Glenn. What he's trying to say is, people who don't have guns don't shoot people. You need a gun for that. You can't prove she has one.
You don't need to prove anything. Doubt is enough for now. And Titus must have some.
Like, I feel that 3 and 5 are trying to be like, we might be able to exonerate Ruby if we're able to find her, right? Like, there's a small chance it wasn't from here, but we need to talk to Ruby to find out.
Whereas 2 and 4 are a little more pushy.
Yeah, 4 is just bad, right? I think 4 will get Titus to slam the door in our face, basically immediately.
Yeah, we've tried 2, though.
Okay.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your everyone has a gun theory. If it was military grade, how'd Ruby get it? Calm. That's exactly what it means.
That wasn't strong.
Oops. Yeah.
Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 28% chance it isn't that. And 28% is no small chance either.
Just making sure we are on the same page.
I wish we could leave and go
We're
get
just sharing
evidence.
info, candidate.
Yeah, because, like, We did find military grade rifles stashed in buildings here.
All right, Carl.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
These are not going to work against Titus.
All right. It makes the choice easy then.
Yeah.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Good thing our brain is enormous.
Yeah. Who do we use? I mean, we know that Shanky is ready to, like, give her up.
Go for it.
I didn't do it, fucker! It wasn't my plan!
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, cut down.
Fuck you, man! I would never fuck my guys over like that.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Yes. Yes. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head.
Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
What?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods.
Am I a can opener, Kim?
You are insistent.
Yay!
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus, this called Pete. But she was too scared. She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air.
So she didn't go to tell Everard.
No one goes to tell Everard anything. He knows what he has to know. Fast.
I do love like the implication over the course of the game that the Hardys are not the Union's A team. I'm not even sure that's an implication.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Because, like, Lizzie was put through school to be the like, Union lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hardys have been, like, the Union's military arm.
Yeah, they're paramilitary. But there are like hints throughout the game that there is another Union group that is kind of shadowing you. Like there's one point where somebody will like challenge you about hitting Kuno. I forget where it is, but like there's a point where a voice like says, "We saw you punch that kid." Like that's pretty messed up, man. And yeah, that there are like actual competent people working for the Union that we just don't encounter.
It's called a radio. You get it. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Sure, there are some shit houses there. A cinderblock town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. It'll have to.
Bros.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
Yeah.
What a terrible thing to say to a Union man. Let's just think it.
No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are.
Yeah, he already knows it. Story of my life.
If you check on our to-do list, like on our stats, what's our communism at?
Oh, actually, hold on. Where is... I have no idea where to find that.
On our to-do list.
On our to-do list.
Journal, to the right side.
Oh, there it is. Communist, 21.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So we need to focus on saying more communist things.
Right.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end. Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't. True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it.
Yeah.
Good point. It is rather rare these days, but do continue. Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof. Lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous.
Hey. Like, that would be great. Like, Titus is, like, we finally pry Ruby's location out of Titus. We shake on it. Like, it's very hard fought, and we, like, look at Kim, and Kim nods at us, and we go out the door to try to find Ruby. 15 seconds later, we just run through the hotel being like, hey, hey, hey!
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed
Gotta stop.
with joy.
Just slurp the counter.
It's almost
okay?
touching how syrupy and sticky.
No,
Oh, excuse me.
No.
Put your
Do you
tongue
have
on
something
the
better
counter.
to do than lust
Do
for
it,
sweet
Cameron.
syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of yes, you do have something better to do. Stop.
No.
Ah!
Just,
How are we supposed to get our drink on if you don't lick the counter?
it's 11 a.m.
Okay, well this time we go into Classia's bathroom and steal her drugs.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like, your drugs? My drugs.
Our drugs.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
You could say he's on the lookout. Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotvaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Oh!
Nothing of note. The further you look, the more arcane
Oh, well.
it gets. You don't know what the rest of this stuff does.
Ah, could be anything. Yeah.
It could be anything.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain? Oh,
Did you take the documents?
He's trying to throw her off with the bluntness of the question.
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. And
She doesn't seem to be lying. She's genuinely spooked by their disappearance.
they couldn't know where I put it. I'm absolutely sure I was not followed. And I've told no one but you. You mentioned seawater? I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch. The documents were probably just washed away. Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
Like, I just... I don't particularly want to intimidate Glacia.
Well, then don't.
Yeah.
She slowly lights another. You are. This is not the end of this.
I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit, sir. All the time.
She smiles. A bitter little smile. She means it.
Clearly, I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we? How well could it have gone? I mean, I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for... I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is a really great place. I'd hang out here all the time.
The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know, sir. I said I have no idea what to make of them. Honestly, I think they're just trash. I mean, there's no reason for me to think they're somehow connected to her. I don't know what to say. None of this is fortuitous for me.
She nods. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
I have no idea what to make of her. Well, oh well. So, should we read the book?
Let's take a break first and then come back to that.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Okay.
And we can continue rebuilding communism.
As we should. All right, we'll be back in a few short minutes, chat, and cycle your fluids if you need to. I don't know.
Or if you don't need to.
Ooh. The spicy option. All right, we will see you in a few short minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome
Howdy.
back. I have a candy.
Oh.
It has a nondescript, banana-like flavor.
Vaguely threatening.
Okay. So we should find someplace to read our book, right?
You don't want to just stand in the middle of the whirling? Or in Classia's bathroom?
She just comes downstairs to read the can, and we're like, occupied! I have never seen us run in place before.
What are we doing? Is it the Fallen Gear?
I think it is. I think the Fallen Gear makes us hyper-athletic. What if we put more of it on?
We don't have more. We have to buy the pants from Kuno.
None of this works. We have 3 pieces.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, let's crack into some literature.
All right. Which one was it?
A new one.
Oh.
cover of this pocket-sized volume features a swirl of orange, yellow, and green. The title, A Brief Look at Inframaterialism, is set in an authoritative yet approachable serif font.
Appreciated.
What an interesting color palette. It's vibrant, yet somehow leaves you ever so slightly nauseated. On the inside jacket flap, you find a brief summary. What is inframaterialism? A highly theoretical branch of Mazovian communism? A collection of mystical ramblings by a discredited revolutionary? Or possibly both? This brief look, TM, introduces readers to one of this century's most fascinating and misunderstood theories in a concise, jargon-free manner. You turn to the table of contents. The guide itself is divided into several sections with seemingly esoteric titles like Effects of Plasm on Root Vegetables and Mental Projection and Transference. There's also a brief introduction about the life of Ignis Nielsen. Known to his numerous admirers as the evangelist of the revolution, and to his even more numerous enemies as the apocalyptic Shrike, Ignis Nielsen remains one of the most controversial and fascinating figures to emerge in the years of the anti-centennial revolution, second only to Krasmazov himself. During his unparalleled life, he helped guide a revolution in one country and found a new state in another. Along the way, he committed some of the most notorious war crimes in an era famed for its atrocities. And yet, his most fascinating contribution to history may be the most overlooked. His theory of ideological plasm, from which his followers and successors developed the school of communism known as inframaterialism. If you're like most people, you probably believe that your thoughts reside in your brain, right?
Uh-huh.
That's not right at all. Thoughts don't exist in the brain. They float through the air. Your brain is but a fish, swimming through them. Very interesting, and not so far removed from Ignis Nielsen's own theories. As Mazov's devoted comrade and leading theoretician, Nielsen was responsible for developing much of the intellectual foundation of communism. But his interests and speculations were famously wide-ranging. During his final years in exile, he produced, among other things, an early guide to home brewing, instructions for raising revolutionary children, plans for a universal pictographic language, and a detailed materialist critique of Dolores Day's chess strategy. A true man of ideas, equal to any of the great DeLorean polymaths. But one subject he returned to time and time again was the fundamental relationship between thoughts and matter. We may yet discover, he wrote in his notebooks, that under certain exceptional circumstances, the proletariat's embrace of historical materialism may be so fervent that their beliefs take form in the world of matter as a kind of revolutionary plasm.
Whoa.
Whoa is right. What's more, Nielsen speculated that this plasm, when it becomes powerful enough, might begin to influence the material reality surrounding it. Hence the name, inframaterialism. Unfortunately, Nielsen passed away before he was able to develop these initial ideas into a full-fledged theory. That work was left to subsequent generations of communist theorists. Building on Nielsen's basic insight, these theorists reached a startling conclusion that a sufficiently revolutionary state might begin to exhibit certain extra-physical effects based on the amount of plasm generated by its citizens. The actual theory is highly technical, but for the purposes of this brief look, TM, that's a fine working definition of the concept. That's because this is absolute idiocy, not even worth engaging with. No. There's something here. You can feel it. Inframaterialists divide the extra-physical effects of the revolutionary state by the level of plasm required to achieve them. At the lowest, or first level, revolutionary plasm is believed to stimulate or invigorate matter without altering its essential properties. To take one example, during the revolutionary period, many communard farmers in Grad reported extraordinary yields of certain root vegetables, most notably turnips. The difference in these yields was simply too great to be accounted for by mere climate or soil conditions. The only reasonable explanation, informaterialists argue, is the high level of revolutionary plasm emanating from the commune itself.
Yeah, if you told me turnips feed on communism, I would believe you.
Yeah. That's just science.
Even today,
communism
in
just
parts
makes
of the
strong
SRV,
turnips.
there are collective farms whose root vegetable yields exceed those thought possible by capitalist agronomists. Who's to say the farmers aren't just cooking the books? Sounds like obvious SRV propaganda.
Commie turnips.
It's also been postulated that plasm may account for the remarkably full and manly facial hair observed on many communist males.
Stroke it, but modestly. Modestly. I don't want to come across as threatening to Kim.
Of course, inframaterialists argue that revolutionary plasm may stimulate human physiology in other ways as well. In fact, reports from the revolutionary period claim that the most radically devoted communards were able to engage in vigorous intercourse for up to 8 hours at a time.
Go on.
8 hours? There's no way. Your equipment would be mashed to jelly. No wonder the communards couldn't shoot straight. They were too shagged out.
It's worn down like a pencil nub.
Hyperproductive vegetables and ultra-horny communards are fine. But this theory hasn't quite gotten strange enough for you. And on that note, you feel like you've gotten the general idea of inframaterialism, enough to carry on a basic conversation at least. But if you'd like to go even deeper into some of the more speculative aspects of the theory, you could always read further. Of course you want to go deeper. What else are you here for? The book fits quite snugly into your palm. It would also fit comfortably into a jacket pocket. You flip forward a few pages until you come upon a chapter titled Mental Projection and Transference.
Go on.
When a community has achieved a sufficiently high degree of revolutionary fervor, inframaterialists believe that second-level effects may be observed. At this second level, certain hyper-revolutionary individuals may even develop the ability to extend their thoughts into material space and vice versa.
So, telekinesis? No questions.
According to inframaterialist theory, yes. Under suitably revolutionary conditions, that is. Of course, one doesn't need to be a communist to be attuned to the thoughts of your brothers and sisters.
Shut up, esprit de corps.
It's become
Nobody asked
something
you.
of a folk legend that during their final meeting, Nielsen and Mazov didn't speak a single word, preferring to sit in silence with their chamomile tea, reading one another's thoughts.
That's
One
definitely
of
what's
the
going
minor
on.
tragedies of the late revolutionary period is that few reliable accounts survive. Much of what we know of the communards' activities during this period come from memoirs and second-hand accounts, some only written down decades after the fact, and of dubious authenticity.
All right. Now it's time to loop in Kim.
I suppose we do work quite well together.
Your words hang in the air as the lieutenant scribbles something in his notebook. At some point, he realizes you're waiting for him and looks up with a tightly knit brow.
We have never shared a sandwich, Detective. Despite your heroic efforts, I might add.
As we were saying, It's generally believed that these effects are only exhibited by certain hyper-revolutionary individuals. Generally, less than 0.01% of the revolutionary population.
Kim is screwing up our ability to telekinize with his moralism.
Yep.
His foul moralism is really like impeding our ability to levitate.
Because plasm has never been directly observed, the exact mechanism behind these effects remains entirely speculative. In other words, there's no evidence that any of this mind-reading stuff is real. Why
Or you just
are
have to be
getting
super
hung
special.
up on mechanisms? Open your mind's aperture just a little wider. You're so close to true understanding. Most inframaterialists would argue that the inability of skeptics to detect plasm is simply evidence of their own insufficient revolutionary enthusiasm.
That's what I said.
Yeah, if they're skeptical, of course they're going to sabotage plasm.
Right?
The instant someone around is skeptical of plasm, it will flee. It will just dissipate. Which means someone, one of you is sabotaging communism.
Smells like there's a non-believer in the house.
Who could it be? Is it you?
There you have it, a perfectly unfalsifiable loop. The theory is impossible to disprove on its own grounds.
Yeah,
Meaning
see, we've
it's
demonstrated the
hardly
loop.
a theory
Yes.
at all. This should be more than enough for a stimulating discussion. That said, if you're still yearning for more, you must. Everyone knows books save their best parts for the end. You breeze through the next several sections until you arrive at the final chapter, titled A Communism Above Reality. When a society's revolutionary fervor reaches the third and highest level,
Go on.
inframaterialist theoreticians have postulated that the laws of physics cease to be laws.
Intriguing.
More like suggestions, according to some of the SRV's leading inframaterialists. Of course, it's impossible to say what exactly happens under these conditions. No known society has ever achieved the levels of revolutionary enthusiasm the theory seems to require. Some inframaterialists have even argued that it might require more plasm than humanity alone may be capable of producing. In the SRV, there have been attempts to organize certain species of aquatic mammals, as well as a few of the higher corvids.
Could you imagine trying to get a crow to share?
But
Yes.
as of this writing,
Yeah.
only
No,
human
yeah.
beings have demonstrated the intellectual capacity for revolutionary
Welcome, Raiders.
communism. There are numerous stories from Samara involving bandits or fascist mercenaries being levitated by farmers from the most ideologically advanced communes. Of course, few of these incidents have ever been rigorously investigated or substantiated. Among known attempts to channel third-level capabilities, the most well-documented is the curious case of Coalition warship debutante.
Ooh.
Yes.
It concerns an interesting series of events that took place during the invasion of Revachol.
Mm-hmm.
As Coalition forces made landfall, a cadre of Nielsen's most fervent acolytes attempted to compress a Coalition-era static with their collective will.
All right, revolutionary telepaths.
According
Doing
to
battle.
Communard law, these acolytes positioned themselves at the top of a redoubt just over the Bay of Revachol. From that vantage, they proceeded to visualize pinching Coalition warship debutante between their fingers, a gesture believed to assist in the extra-physical materialization of their thoughts. There's no evidence the communards were equipped with finger pistols, though it's unlikely they would have decisively altered the outcome. The acolytes, along with the redoubt, were vaporized in an artillery strike before the process could be completed.
Aww.
It's been
They
said,
ascended.
though, that in the weeks following the battle, the captain of the debutante noted an increase in incidents of crewmen striking their heads on unexpectedly low bulkheads.
As if the ship itself had been compressed.
Of course, colorful anecdotes only scratch the surface of what inframaterialists believe may be possible in a truly third-level society. Some have theorized that such a society would be fundamentally unrecognizable, lacking many of the institutions we typically take for granted in advanced societies, including organized governments, financial institutions, and law enforcement. Did that book just say there's no place for you in this future?
No.
Others have argued that people living under third-level conditions will be immune to such infirmities as hunger, disease, and mental illness. In some of his later writings, Nielsen himself speculated about the potential for an extra-physical architecture that disregards the laws of bourgeois physics and instead relies on the revolutionary faith of the people for structural integrity. Precisely. Nielsen observed that the financial system operates on the same principle of faith. So why not an architectural system?
Yeah, and the financial system works perfectly.
Yeah.
On the following page, you come across a few black and white reproductions from Nielsen's own notebooks. One sketch depicts a government ministry shaped like a great inverted pyramid, a hectare in width at the top, balanced atop foundations the size of common apartments. Another depicts a leaning tower wrapped in a dramatic helix. The caption beneath it reads, "The Tower of History."
Dope.
Something about that tower looks awfully familiar. Could it be that's what the students were trying to recreate with the matchboxes?
Mm-hmm.
There is no more. You've reached the outer theoretical limits of communism. And in less than 200 pages. If you'd like to read further, may we recommend a brief look at Occidental architecture?
We must push beyond. We must push beyond. Okay, return to the group. Oh wait, they won't be there yet.
No, not until 10.
All right, well, let's go to the fisherman. No, okay.
You have to open the door.
Oh. What if we didn't?
I know you want to just phase through all of the walls.
Just levitate and move forward. Come on, Kim, lift those knees. Allez-vous-en. No!
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
Tequila sunset. Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Damn cruel, Abigail. Abigail? Abigail, where are you? Don't call.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
Rosemary only wants to do business. What about the kids?
Yeah, children.
Maybe we can teach them how to swear.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
Yeah, I already said that, kid.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have
Oh,
forgotten.
snap.
Oh, no.
Walked into
This
that
is my
one.
little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We are not in the habit of being afraid around here. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's
Ooh.
rented it out to others too.
Have we found the bullets in the shack?
Nope.
Well, maybe we should.
Rise and
Oh, no.
shine.
Oh, no,
It's
no,
time to
no.
go. Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.00.
It's fine. There's a little interaction area in the corner that you should be able to.
There it is. The loose floorboard.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. Like your own Villiers pistol, for example. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Ooh.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
It's a mistake.
Is it? Right, yeah, because, like, we shave and we just look awful, right?
We do. Yeah.
There's a reason we have this situation. And it's because we look good.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't...
Aha!
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the Lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
Just big truckin'.
I cleaned it, like I always do. No.
The truth, sire.
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
I do tell. That bad, is it? I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
All right.
Right, we just don't want to go inside until
Yeah.
communism.
Yeah. Can we go and look at the mural?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. We just don't have to. We just don't climb the.
Ladder. Yeah.
Yeah. Climb. No, of course we don't climb. We don't whom up the ladder. Climb. No.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away." Above the mural, a collapsed roof broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Felled electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
This is safe, right?
Yep.
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Why single out this one building? Suddenly, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear distant waves washing the coast. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas? A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We've already talked to the cryptozoologists. Working with them might give us a good excuse to run around, give us some structure. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
What is the death notification? I'm curious about some of these, like, modifiers. And...
Death notification.
Like, we see
Maybe
these.
the body on the boardwalk?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Like, these are all things that we've listened to the city to do? Right? Like, how does this impact a Shivers check? And this is not me, like, being skeptical of it. This is, like, you know, how do the things that we have done impact what we're able to do? Do we have any Shivers-related clothing? I'm sure we do. We have nothing currently impacting Shivers. Do we have anything else?
I think Beowulf's right in that it means we've checked this area thoroughly and we're more receptive because we've become attuned to the area. Like, we've spent time here and wandered around.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
And learned a bit about the community.
Yes. Okay. I like that. Well, we've got +2 to our Shivers now. That still means we're at, like... Okay, all we need to do now is roll, what? 17? 15. We need to roll a 15 on 2 dice. Okay, well, let's go check the traps, actually. Like,
we haven't talked to Morel yet to set that up.
Yeah. Well, we'll go talk to him then.
Hello. What can I do for you, officer? I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest.
The lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook. Then, gestures for you to proceed.
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
Thanks.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him.
And I'm eager to return to her. My wife understands that.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the Phasmid somehow.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen him. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it?
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious Phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian Phasmid together. I can't abandon course now. No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the Phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Why not? At least it will give us the excuse to look into a lot of reeds.
That it will. That it absolutely will. I hope you brought your good boots. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry. That's highly unlikely, officer, but in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Yeah. Axe, baby.
Yeah.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research. Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
All right. It's one down the coast to the south.
Right
There it is. Just a little feller.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw behind you. The ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
You set the apparatus back on the ground, among the reeds.
Then there was one by the lock, one by the church, and one up by Land's End, right?
Yep.
Or sorry, past the church. Or was it one by the fishing village, right? By the boathouses? Or am I...
The boathouses one was the one that you just did.
Okay. There it is.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast in...
Another empty trap. Always up for a good job. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
Okay. And then, yeah. Will it trigger an event when we search the last one?
No, but the guys will be going over back to the Merlin. Merlin, Jerry.
Will that impede our ability to speak with Lena?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you can go talk to her first if you want. You can just pop over there from here.
Yeah. Well, let's...
Well, you want to talk to her without her husband or Gary present?
Yeah, like if she has a story about the phasmid.
Well, then you should do it now.
Okay. Then let's do it now. When can we go and speak with the communards?
At 10.
At 10? Okay.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Oh, you
Aha!
don't want to hear about some old woman's rambling.
I really do.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden... I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel. We were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. He said my descriptions matched the phasmid down to a T. Its white marble limbs, the way it moved.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
Our first.
The sigh is tender. The sigh is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express. Interesting.
Not all of them, as far as I remember. Some of them, on the inside, like stalks of marble, if that makes sense. It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Yeah, we probably don't need to, like, be the skeptic here. Sorry?
I said drill down. Sorry.
Oh,
That's all.
yeah.
I said we don't need to drill down.
No.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
All right. Well, back to checking the traps, I guess.
So there's one by the lock, and then there's the one that Morel was at.
Right. Well, let's go and check the one by the lock, then. Or, I don't know. Which one's closer? I guess the lock one is a bit more inconvenient to access it. Or to access, so maybe we should just...
Suck. They both
yeah.
suck a lot.
Yeah. There it is. I said...
This trap's not too hard to spot. Once the reeds bend forlornly toward the sand, you see the constant, distant song. Louder on this part of the coast. Nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. Of course. Noted.
What's this? Well then. Okay. Final trap. Right, the broken pipe.
Yep.
Where do we... No, that's not it. There was a way in, though, with the pipe,
it is
right?
there. It's just you can't see it until you hit the story beat.
Right, okay.
This is the last of the traps. The reeds by the abandoned campsite. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The trap feels light. Inside, no locust. No phasmid either. But still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy. Messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not. Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow, the Feld building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you try to ask again?
Well, all right then.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Yeah, like, even doing drugs and putting a point in doesn't help us here, I think. Because we've got +2, then Shivers gives us +3, and if we hit, it's not Perholiton, is it?
For psych?
Yeah, or physique. Right, for a Shivers check?
And it's beer.
Yeah. Even if we cracked open a cold one with the boys.
What if we put the pale-aged vodka in our body?
Oh.
Or did we already do that?
We might have.
We might have already drink it.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah,
I think
we need more beer.
Yeah.
Or it would be in the interaction menu, sorry, not the item menu. Or tools. Yeah. The one that's shaped like a ship. Yeah, I just don't think it'll let us do it.
It won't. Oh well. I guess we
The
just have to
once
chuck the
bright
dice,
mural
right?
Towers above
It's a
you,
white check. We can
saying,
come back.
Feld Electrical, R and a breeze,
Dang.
like a quiet sigh, moves over you. The cool air, go the big C. The big C, that can only mean one thing. Communism.
Yes!
Boy child freedom. Boy child justice. The wind rushes away, leaving you where you were, on the rotting boards of the Feld building.
Officer, are you okay? It looked like we lost you for a second. Right. Well, I'm sure that after...
Kim's actually at a loss. We lost Kim.
You mean we should do that right now, don't you? Can that be done after the murder investigation?
This is part of the investigation.
Okay. When you're ready, officer.
I still don't know what that means. Shall we take another break?
Yeah, and if you don't mind, I have some other stuff to do today, so I might leave you here.
Oh, okay, sure.
If you're okay with the rest of the stream.
Yeah, sure. I can go to the communism meeting later.
Sweet.
Okay, sure, sounds good. Oh, look at us stretch.
Oh,
It's the fallen
so
gear.
athletic.
Yeah. Ooh, limber. Okay, we'll be back. I'll be back in a few short minutes, everyone. So, a break for me is a break for you. And I will talk to you later, Corey.
Oodles.
Okay. Hello. How's it going, everyone? We are back. All right. So, But who are these children? We must speak to the children of the sea, which I can only presume means harassing Lillian's children. She's probably going to be okay with that. Right? Ooh, mazut. That is... Isn't that a Russian designation for, like, extremely shit oil?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
We had bad words and said, and got in trouble. Bad words. Bad words. We just heard funny voices. We thought the voices were funny. We said what they said, and then we got in trouble.
Oh no.
Leo, what's that? We just heard them in our head.
Could it be? Do their minds work in the same way?
You know, I heard people talking, except just in my head. It was like, it is time at last. My nasty speed reeks. Our brother man is about to grow up.
Oh.
A memory stirs. You've heard this quickfire patter before.
DJ Flatios, Big Boy Daniel single is here. Buckle up, cause this is the fastest track that you're ever gonna hear.
Eggman?
Turn up the volume. Blow those speakers out. Now here's... No. Don't say bad words, stupid.
Why? What a splendid rendition these two rapscallions have offered us here today. Faultless memorization. Perchance they'll enjoy greatness as a double act in the performing arts.
A word when you're done.
The boy draws a jagged rock across the ground. It leaves a white scratch.
Yes, Kim?
Detective, about what the twins had to say. So, those voices they heard.
Yes, of course, earlier, when you turned the radio on in his Kanema. Don't.
Go on.
I can't explain how they heard it. I believe they heard something, and given the poverty of this part of town, I don't know how they could have heard the radio. However, weird as it is, the situation is not connected to the murder. This isn't our business.
The lieutenant says nothing. An ocean breeze blows in strong. He raises his jacket collar against it.
Sorry, Kim, you gotta do what we say.
Besides, maybe it was just a radio they overheard. They might not be old enough to know the difference. How would they have heard the voices?
The lieutenant shrugs.
Let's at least rule out radios before continuing. Maybe the twins didn't know it was a radio they were hearing. The washerwoman seems to know everything that happens here. Let's ask if she heard anything before moving on. After you.
Also, the twins have a very good voice actor.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What, a radio? Ah, no. We play no radio here. There's one in the shack, but it's never used. Was that the nonsense we were spouting? Puh! No, I have no idea where they heard it. We've been in earshot all week, and no radio. Viziers know every sound that belongs to this coast. I would know if I heard anything different.
Let's just get it out of the way as fast as we can. Contact dispatch from my kinema and ask them to connect you to the station. Maybe they can shed some light on this.
We don't need to belabor Kim. We don't need to embarrass Kim about him listening to Speed Freak FM. Well, maybe just a little.
I'm ready when you are.
Anything else?
Maybe just a pinch. Oh, we should put our correct tie back on. God, we look cool. Back to the waterfront.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Oh.
Yes. It took some convincing, but I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February, 09. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2.
According to Clausia, Lele said his real name wasn't really his. Perhaps that's because he was fostered.
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Ravachol. None, officer. So, it's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
It is?
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A name. This is very good. Elise Cortenard.
Lely died of ligma. Who's Lely? Blam!
Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? Come again, officer? Okay, officer. One moment.
No.
I have the GMS on the line. I'll connect you now.
Yo!
The starting gun fires, and we're off.
Huh? What? That's the wildest shit I heard today. You are a cop, right? You ain't the only one. Anyway, I got a few minutes before I gotta go back on air. What can DJ Max tell the RCM? An asshole is a mouth for shit. And I'm puking.
Sounds like kind of a killer DJ set.
That's the name of the song. Vulgarity is La Belle de Jour.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's the shit-hot new single from DJ Fellatio, really setting up the sonic waves. They're loving it, man. the requests keep coming in for more. I really think it's the future of music, I do. Fucking, like, stinkcore or something. Shit's so nasty. Those stink waves come up like sound waves, you know what I mean?
I do.
This is preposterous. Neither sound nor scent work anything as he's describing. What does he even mean?
Very cool, man. I'm dead serious when I say Fellatio's gonna make it big in this world. Is that what this is about? Listen, it's not our problem if kids decide to tune into River Shaw's hottest station. I don't understand. Are you asking if we can, like, play our station into people's brains? We ain't testing anything out for the man, unless it's how many bricks you need to break all his windows. That wasn't a threat, by the way, just a figure of speech. I'm a spoken word guy. Now, is there anything else you needed?
Merchandise. Ask for Speed Freaks
Yes.
FM merchandise.
We have our friend and partner. Merch.
I can understand why you'd ask. Our shit's hot. Think we gave the last of it away at our last live show, but, what's your address anyway? That I can do. Whirling in rags, matinees, got it.
Even if a package arrives, how will it get to you if it hasn't got your name on it?
I don't want to know, man. I like leaving it to the imagination. Now, anything else?
Huh?
Okay, Cop Man. Can do, will do. DJ Mesh, out.
The party has terminated the call. Is there anything else I can do for you, officer?
You should check the radio again.
Spoke to the wildest cop in Rivershaw. He asked us to give his buddy cop, longtime listener Kim Kitsuragi, a big shout out. Kim, we love you.
Huh, Kim? Pretty cool, huh?
Keep it freaky, like DJ Mesh, DJ Flacho, and your wild friend. This one's for you.
If, when a motor carriage's engine was ignited, it could drive by its own accord off to a high mountain, and there write a song, perhaps it'd be something like what you're hearing now.
Don't worry, Kim. You can just buy me a nice present sometime.
We aren't discussing this.
What a reserve.
Is it because you're so grateful?
It's taken all he's got to not.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect you to someone? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Oh, he wants to talk to us?
Okay, about that call.
Yeah, you're grateful. Okay.
Let's start from the top. There's no doubt that the twins heard Speed Freaks FM. I still don't know how without a radio, but they did. I don't know what it means. I don't think the voices in your head are related to this, no.
The lieutenant gives you a long look.
I don't know what to say to that, or what you want me to say. I'm sorry. Did we ask where the kids were when they heard the voice? No need to apologize. I was just going to say it'd be a good idea to ask them. And, Detective, thanks for this. It's been interesting.
I honestly wasn't sure if Kim would be upset.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07. In the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
Okay, okay. What do we get? Ooh. Ooh. Not bad. God, I love actual art degree. Nobody appreciates an actual art degree. All right, back to the kids.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
There.
Ooh.
We were there.
Thanks, kids.
Full circle. Back to Feld, then. When you're ready.
The boy turns the rock over in his hands. He looks to you, then his brother, then back to you.
Also, kids, it's okay when you swear. Swearing's good. Okay. Oh, what is that? What are you? You're new. A sewer? Ahoy! We are learning more things. We are finding things. Maybe now we can see the pipe. Oh.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building. I hope not.
There's no echo and no answer.
It's all coming together. We walked the pipe? No, still nothing.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Alright, encyclopedia. We have so many encyclopedia things. By which I mean, we might have one. We also, yeah, we have something dragging our score down. Ah, it's our shoes. They're not thinking shoes. They're doing shoes. Sure, put on alternate shoes.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow,
we got it.
You know a lot about radio. Enough to know you have no idea how
Damn.
or why those boys heard Speed Freaks FM in their heads. Knowledge like that isn't just obscure, it's unknowable. Dangerous theoretical facts like that are probably protected under the coalition government's Articles of Dominion, Title 14, Article 7C. While an expert might be able to suss it out on their own, a layman like you has no hope. You don't know how it happened, but the stores of your knowledge are vast, and there is something crucial in them.
Go on.
You know where Ruby isn't. She isn't in the fishing village. She's not with her bullet under the floorboards in the shack. So where could she be? You've even entered the church, met Tiago and Sorna. Some criminals seek sanctuary from sacred buildings, though the sanctuary laws were abolished decades ago. But Ruby wasn't such a one. If she's here on the coast, she'll be here. And besides, something weird happened to the twins around here. It'd be nice to know what caused that. Another fact for your collection. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you, in her breath, flowing through it. In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening to us?
Down there.
Okay, why? True, but how do we even get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
Okay, we've got the route. We have, what, 8 hours? No, 7 hours to kill until we can go and communize more. Where can we find the boardwalk bullet traces? I feel that we're on the boardwalk. It's a board. We're walking on it. Well, functionally, we're running. Ooh, we could call our... We could go dancing in the church and try not to call Kim a slur. That would be great. That would be great. Kim, I think it's time to party. Okay, we will need to wear our dancing shoes. Is it savoir-faire? Because there is an esprit de corps check to get Kim to dance with us, right? Is it esprit de corps? Or is it authority? Do we have to order Kim to dance with us? We do not look cool. But that's okay. That's okay. Nobody looks cool while they're dancing. That's how you look cool when you're dancing. If you try to look cool when you're dancing, then you're already doomed. We have to get them to, like, come in here, right? Right, we have to get the music. We have to get the Van Eyck track. Revachol, I can't hear you! Although, I suspect Van Eyck is really more of like a Brian Eno. Oh right, we need to talk to Suna. Get her to agree to let them inside.
Yes, what is it? What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work. Good.
Oh. Alright, let's put on our suggestion clothes. I hate that. Oh, it's gone. We'll just whip off our shirt. Which was hammering our suggestion. Nobody wants to listen to us while we're wearing a shirt, but when we take it off, suddenly everyone wants to hear what we have to say. We look like a train conductor. Is it because the shirt smells like pee?
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery.
Okay,
Touches her hair.
Does her computing core, for anyone else, evoke the supercomputer from the film Pi? Anyone here ever seen Darren Aronofsky's movie Pi? I just think of the chip suspended in the framework. It's a very kind of like mystical thing, right? It evokes a tesseract.
Alright. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
You mean the thing we already stole?
That's the production schedule. I don't need it. The right filament memory has offsite copy, written on silver tape.
She doesn't care how you got your hands on that thing.
On Rue de Saint-Ghislain, in the East Delta Commerce Center. You might be more familiar with the name Doomed Commercial Area. You could get in through the bookshop on the plaza. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady. There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. It's hideous. Thanks. And here's my Kvalsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
Not bad, huh, Kim? Free Kvalsund. The multi-tool. Nothing can stand before... Holy shit. We don't so much carry the Kvalsund as we wield it. We should probably take off the binocular glasses. Considering we can't see. Alright. Yes, this will let us go through a computer like a hot knife through butter. Can we just... No, we can't teleport there yet. Aha! Or wait. Oh. Yes, Kim?
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Flashlights go in
Yes,
hand?
you might even call it a feature of the universe that you need to hold tools to use them.
Explain how.
I'm sorry, the fundamental laws of the universe don't seem to agree with you. So come on, we've...
Some areas are in.
Nobody asked you, tutorial. Thinking you're so smart.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. That's a good question. Reality is ruthless.
Sad. Okay, we need to get down to the basement, which means I need to remember how to get down to the basement. No, that's the opposite of a basement. No, this is the dice lady. Though she has been utterly lovely to us. Yeah, it's in the bear. I just don't remember how to get down to the bear. Do we have to go out and come in through the main entrance? I thought she said Plaisance would... we would need to talk to Plaisance to get in. Yes, Scurvy Ninja. I mean, we've been down there before. I just don't remember how to do it because it was weeks ago now. Oh, we can just take the front door? Okay. Top corner of this room? Oh, yeah. Right. Here's the video game.
Your flashlights,
right.
Some of the writing.
Okay. There it is. Okay. Thank you. There's the bear. Oh, wait. Did we ever... Oh, this is how we...
Of coal
right.
dust covers the furnace.
Sorry, I was thinking of the one near Cindy's apartment. I think we can find...
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
Why would nobody want bear ice cream?
But where's the filament memory? It's not here.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at the paper. Still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Ah, right, it's in the ice cream maker. Is that it? I thought this was it.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker. Something close to you died.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing.
That is the ice cream maker, right? Oh no, is it this one? Where it... Brain! Help! Look at all this magnificent mid-century modern furniture. Perhaps we do need to read the note in inventory. Oh, I mean, I suppose we could just look around.
The bear's eyes ask, but where's the filament?
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
Where's the note, Kim? Oh.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece
Thank
of
you,
lined
Chad.
office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker.
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
Sulislav. Wasn't he one of Miss Lukanen's Kilda's co-workers? I remember coming across this name when we were reading her personal log.
Who's the illiterate ginger
Really?
kid?
You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed.
Alright. Using the enormous power of my brain, we got there. Yeah, I know, Beowulf, right?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, physical instruments. No, okay. Is it all the fallen gear? Do we even have physical instrument clothing? Nope. Literally nothing. Well, that's a bit surprising. What about in our thought cabinet? nothing. Oh, we could get the Heimdall shirt. You're right. Well, let's try it. Maybe we'll just get lucky.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a
Dang it.
Ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzun multi-tool, and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Well, we do need to go to the street vendor. Anyway, right? To get the Van Eyck tape. Or not, it's not at the street vendor, it's in the tree. I suppose we can put away the flashlight. We didn't fail. The Kvalson tool didn't fail. We failed the Kvalson tool. See, there's the Van Eyck tape. But how?
Hello again. How can I help you?
Nope, still no clue. You obviously haven't been... Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an... Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you. A giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning. Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay. But please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
That is 100% fair.
You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about?
It's the man from Hjelmdal.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
Their matter-of-fact tone belies their surprise at the fact that you didn't recognize the figure in the print. Lie, sire. For no reason.
That's very sad, man. Then you missed out on some pretty well executed, albeit repetitive, adventure literature. The man from Hjelmdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla, mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD. In fact, most people don't think that man from Hjelmdal ever really existed, but they are wrong.
Hjelmdal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course. But both the man and Hjelmdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
Wow. What?
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
Deal.
But why? I suppose that makes sense, yes. Please go ahead and take it. Welcome to Hjelmdal.
You see, under normal circumstances, you would assume that because we were a police officer, we were simply stealing from Roy under the thin veneer of a rhetorical flourish. But you would be wrong. Now we have a shirt we can wear. Yeah. Nobody respects us while we're wearing this shirt. You are too old to be wearing this. All right. We should wrap things up for this week, but we are getting close. I think next week we'll be able to do Ruby and possibly the Merc Tribunal. So, let's thank our subs. Mr. Verity came back for the 33rd month. Original Garwolf for the 62nd month, saying no joke sub this time. This sub is brought to you by my Re-Apotheosis, my spiritual sequel to Re-Creators, which is now putting out new chapters every day on Friday on Tapas, with a link. Well, thank you very much. To Amelie, came back for the 80th month, saying 80 months, that's like a premature baby in the 1 year paradigm. Yeah, we'll workshop it. We'll get there, to Amelie. Venome came back for the 39th month, saying hello, lovely people. Why, hello yourself. Metifier came back for the 30th month, saying woohoo, 30 months, that's like 3 years or something. Not sure, don't have enough fingers to count. Relatable. Annoying Camera Guy came back for the 34th month. Nikki Goth Bunny came back for the 65th month, saying I wish you all good stream and good health. Thank you. Nilsh for 14 months. Elkanard just subscribed thanks to Spicy Ferret. Spicy Ferret paying forward a gift sub they got from Demon Fire. Raid from Lumi. Hello, Lumi. Rinsfelda came back for the 13th month, saying the Baker's Year. Synchronos came back for the 58th month, saying my favorite time of the month, spend Amazon's money day. Indeed. And Electric Claire sub for the 67th month, saying, am I the only one who feels like Suna is the protagonist of a different game? Yeah, absolutely. She's in a text adventure, though, I feel. So, all right. Well, Ben and Adam will be here shortly to play more Bloodborne, I believe. So they'll be playing Bloodborne, checking people for extra eyes. And sometimes the eyes are inside the head, so don't forget to crack it open and have a look, just in case. Otherwise, I will be back Thursday for the long game, where we will be playing Gloomhaven. Pretty exciting, huh? Okay, well, in that case, I will see you all later. Thank you so much for joining. You know, did I save game? Let's save, just in case. Just in case. Okay, well, have a good evening, everyone, and I will see you in the future.